There is a way to sell a covered call. The strategy everyone calls the safest options trade there is, and guarantee yourself a loss. Not risk one, guarantee one, before the trade even opens. And the worst part? Your broker will let you do it. No warning, no pop-up, nothing. It takes 2 clicks and it happens to wheel traders constantly. So today we're covering how covered calls actually work and exactly how to never make that click. Quick recap for anyone jumping in. In this series, we've covered the wheel, sell a put, take assignment, sell calls, repeat, and then we went deep on the put side, where you choose your entry price and your odds. Today's the other half. You own 100 shares. Now you get paid to hold them. And I want to be honest up front. Covered calls are genuinely simpler than puts, but simple and safe are not the same word. And the covered call is the single most misunderstood trade in retail investing. Everyone knows the mechanics. Almost nobody knows the trap. Let's fix that. Mechanics first. You own 100 shares. You sell 1 call. You've now promised to sell those shares at a specific price, the strike, anytime before expiration. For that promise, you get paid a premium up front, and it's yours permanently. The covered part just means you already own the shares. You're not promising something you can't deliver. That's it. That's the whole safety story. But here's what you're really selling, and almost nobody says it this plainly. You are selling your upside. Every dollar that stock climbs above your strike belongs to somebody else now. You rented out your gains for cash today. That's not a criticism. It's the entire business model. You're trading the possibility of a home run for a guaranteed base hit. In flat markets, slow markets, boring sideways chop where your stock does absolutely nothing for 3 months, you get paid anyway. That's the magic. But it means the strike you pick isn't just a price. It's you deciding in advance exactly how much of a rally you're willing to sit out. Pick too close, you cap a good stock at pennies. Pick too far, the premium's not worth the ink. And how do you pick? Same tool as last video, Delta. Except with calls, Delta answers a completely different question than it did with puts. Same number, opposite meaning. And getting that backwards is how people accidentally sell shares they desperately wanted to keep. With puts, Delta was roughly your odds of being assigned, of buying shares. With calls, Delta is roughly the odds your shares get called away, sold, gone. So a 0.30 Delta call is roughly a 30% chance you're handing over those shares by expiration. A 0.15 Delta, roughly 15%, but much thinner premium. Most wheel traders live somewhere around 0.20 to 0.30. Far enough out that you keep the shares most months. Close enough that the premium's actually worth collecting. Now the tempting move is to sell calls way out at 0.05 Delta, so your shares are basically never at risk. Sounds clever, but you'll collect about $9 and you'll have obligated your entire position for a month for the price of a sandwich. Congratulations, you're a very cautious sandwich enthusiast. Expiration works exactly like it did with puts. Theta decay accelerates into the final weeks, so that same 30 to 45 day window is where most wheelers live. Close enough for real decay, far enough out to collect meaningful premium and still have room to adjust. Okay, mechanics done. Now the part I promised you in the first 15 seconds. Here it is. Never sell a call at a strike below your adjusted cost basis. That's the whole rule. Let me show you why it's brutal. Say you got wheeled into a stock at $50, collected a few premiums, and your real adjusted cost basis is $48. Stock's now trading at $42, you're underwater, and the premiums up at $48 look pathetic. But down at the $43 strike, real money, tempting money. And if you sell that $43 call, you have just done something you can't undo, because there is now no outcome where that position ends well. Not one. Let me walk you through both doors, because people genuinely don't believe this until they see it. Door 1. The stock recovers, climbs past $43, and your shares get called away at $43. You bought at an effective $48. you just realized a $5 per share loss, $500, on a stock that was in the middle of coming back to you. You collected maybe $80 in premium. You are net down and your shares are gone. The recovery you waited months for happens without you. Door 2. The stock keeps falling. Your call expires worthless, you keep the premium, and you still own a stock that's dropping. The premium was a rounding error against the decline. That's the trap. Selling below your cost basis converts an unrealized loss you could still recover from into a locked-in, realized one. And you got paid a tip to do it. It's the safe trade that guarantees damage. So what do you do when you're underwater? 2 real options. 1. Sell calls at or above your cost basis and accept the thin premium. You're getting paid a little to wait and you keep your recovery intact. 2. Sell nothing. Just hold. Not every month has a good trade in it, and there is no rule that says you must sell a call every single cycle. Sitting out is a position. And notice what both options depend on. Knowing your actual adjusted cost basis, not your purchase price, your real number after every premium you've collected. Hold that thought. 2 more quickly because they surprise people. 1. Early assignment. U.S. equity options can be exercised anytime, not just at expiration. It's uncommon, but the classic trigger is a dividend. If your call is deep in the money and its remaining time value is less than the upcoming dividend, the buyer may exercise early just to capture that payout. So know your stock's ex-dividend dates before you sell calls into one. 2. Rolling. If the stock rips toward your strike and you'd rather keep the shares, you can roll up and out. Buy back your call, sell a higher strike further out, ideally for a net credit. You raise your ceiling and get paid to do it. But be honest, sometimes the right move is to just let the shares go, take the profit, and start the wheel over with a fresh put. Which brings us back to that number everything today depended on. And here's the uncomfortable truth. Most people who think they know their cost basis are wrong, sometimes by a lot, and they're wrong in the dangerous direction. Because your adjusted cost basis isn't your purchase price. It's your assignment price minus the original put premium, minus every call premium, minus every roll credit, plus any debits you paid along the way. 6 months into a wheel, that's a dozen line items on one position, and people guess high. They remember the assignment price and forget the premiums, so they think they're further underwater than they are and skip good trades. Or they guess low, sell a call under their real basis, and walk straight into the trap we just covered. That's precisely what the wheel tracker at TradestockApps.com is built for. Every put, call, roll, and assignment logged in one place, with your true adjusted cost basis updating automatically. So before you sell a call, you can see the actual number and know instantly whether that strike is safe or a slow motion mistake. Links in the description. A covered call is you renting out your upside for cash. Delta picks your odds of losing the shares. Most wheelers sit around 0.20 to 0.30. 30 to 45 days is where theta pays best. Watch ex-dividend dates for early assignment. Roll up and out when you want to keep the stock. And the one rule that outranks all of them: never sell a call below your adjusted cost basis. Thin premium above your basis beats fat premium that locks in a loss every single time. That completes the wheel. Puts, assignment, calls, repeat. So next video, we're putting the whole machine together and running it through the one thing that breaks most wheel traders: a real market downturn. What actually happens to your positions, what still works, and what to stop doing immediately. Subscribe so you catch that one before you need it. See you there.